Hi guys, so today I'm filming a what's on my iPhone 7 video. It's taken me so long to film this video, which is quite annoying because I got this really soon after the iPhone 7s actually got released. It was definitely like early mid-September, and I've waited this long to actually film this video. Better late than never, we're finally doing it. So mine's the iPhone 7, not the iPhone 7 Plus. I got mine in the gold. You can see like on the sides and on the button bit that it's in the standard gold. My one's in the 32 gigabyte as well. I think that's the smallest one yet for the iPhone 7. I thought that would be perfectly fine for me. Before then, on my iPhone 5 I had a lot smaller. I'll quickly talk about my case. It was really hard actually finding a case because I got it so early after they came out that the cases hadn't been released. So I actually went on Etsy. It was from an Etsy shop called Spectrum Cases. This is what the case looks like. I really love it. I love how it's like a colour block thing. So it's got the marble here, this like really nice like pastel purple lilac-y shade, another pastel bluey shade, and then you've got like this wood effect bit here. It's quite funny because my MacBook is actually got a marble case on it. That sounds so silly. I feel like it's really like aesthetically pleasing that it like matches my laptop, like if I have them together. Okay, that's really lame, but yeah, I really like this case. It wasn't even that expensive. It was definitely under £15, like somewhere between £10 and £15, and it's really good. On the two like corners there, you can see that it's broken, and that's because the case like refused to come off. I did that myself, trying to get the case off. So in a way that's good, obviously, because it means the case like doesn't come off at all. So, you know, you can balance out. I'm thinking that was just me not taking it off the case properly. Number one good thing about it is the fact that it literally, like, this case cannot come off the phone if it drops, which is obviously very good for protecting the phone. I also have tempered glass on the phone, just because I'm so clumsy and I do drop my phone quite a lot, and both iPhones that I had before this, I cracked the screens. So yeah, that's always good. I don't think you'd be able to see it, but I have got quite a few cracks in the tempered glass, which, you know, is proof that it actually works, because otherwise those cracks would be in the actual screen of my phone. I've rambled on enough about the kind of really basic information, so I'm going to show you my screen, talk over the apps and different things that I have on my phone. So this is my lock screen. My lock screen photo is a live photo, which was pretty cool. It took me like months after I had my iPhone 7 though to realise that you could use a live photo. But live photos, if you guys don't know, are basically just like photos that move. So yeah, I'm just gonna unlock my home screen now, and these are basically the different like sections I have. My background photo is actually from Alex Chantomo. If you guys know her, she's another YouTuber and she lives in Canada. On her Snapchat, she took a couple of pictures of like near her house in the snow, and it was so pretty, so I just like screenshotted it and used it as my actual like wallpaper background. Before I got this photo, I used to keep all of my folders and my apps and everything on one page, but I liked the picture so much that I didn't like the fact that all of the icons were like covering up the picture, so that's why I've separated it into 3 pages. 1, 2, 3, so you can like see the photo. I'll start off with what's at the bottom actually. So I've got messages here, YouTube, subscribe to my channel, then I've got Safari, and then I've got Spotify. So those are just at the bottom because they're the ones that I use the most. So on the first page, these are like kind of practical things. So I've got phone, which, yeah, that's, you know, the main bit of what phones were created for, to talk on the phone. And then I've got my contacts here. I've got my mail. And then I've got camera, and then on the second page is where most of the apps I have are, and this is where I've separated them into folders. So the first folder I've got is social, and yeah, I've got Snapchat. Follow me on Snapchat. My Snapchat is @MooMayhem. That's my Snapchat username. So you can follow me on that. And I've got Facebook and Messenger next to each other, and then I've got Instagram, Follow me on Instagram as well. This is my feed, a lot of travel. And then I've got Boomerang next to Instagram, and then WhatsApp, which I use like personally with my friends and my mum. So the next folder is the photography folder, and I've got photos, I've got Lightroom, Snapseed, and VSCO. Honestly, I literally don't use any of these except photos. I kind of got Lightroom and Snapseed and all of that to get better at Instagram, and I haven't really done that as much yet. I will get there where I kind of get better at Instagram. I just find it really hard. I feel like I never have enough pretty things to take photos of. In the next folder we've got travel, Google Maps, because I use Google Maps all the time. I've got Bus Times, which is an app where you can like check the bus times in London. Then I've got a First Bus one, which is for here in York, the same kind of thing, check what time a bus is coming. Airbnb, Dog Buddy, which is an app, I think it's owned by Airbnb, because it is pretty much the same layout and like it works the same, but basically you can book like a dog sitter to look after your dog basically. Uber, I'm sure you all know what Uber is, and then Streamline is one of the main taxi kind of companies here in York. Next is my organisation folder. I've got notes, because I use notes for anything. Like if I'm just thinking and have an idea, I make lists on it. I use it all the time. Calendar, I use calendar quite a lot as well. If I've got like an actual, say, appointment, I use calendar because it can give you notifications. It's also like connected to my uni timetable and like birthdays and stuff. Reminders, clock, for the time I suppose, but mostly I use it to set an alarm. And voice memos I hardly ever use. Next app is shopping, and I've got Amazon, the Boots app, the Superdrug app, Depop. You can follow me on Depop as well. I sell some stuff on Depop. And then I've got Uni Days, which is just an app that like you can have a Uni Days account as a student and you just get discounts from certain stores. And then obviously I've got the App Store. Utilities is basically just essentials but kind of boring. So I've got weather. Well, I say that, but I do check the weather pretty much every day, because I feel like if you live in the UK, you really do need to check the weather every day. I've got calculator. Sound Sleeper is actually an app made for babies, as you can see by the logo. Basically, it's like a load of white noise. White noise are just like background noises, so like the sound of the ocean or whatever. I noticed I tend to use it more during exam season. I have really bad concentration, so I need something to like help me focus. Then I've got this Circuit app. If you go to uni, you probably know about Circuit. It's just a company, basically, where you do your laundry. They have like washing machines and stuff, and apparently you can like top up and like check how long your washing is going to take using the app, but it doesn't work for me. And then I've got settings. Next I've got entertainment, so I've got Netflix, because obviously, BBC iPlayer, podcasts, which in the beginning I never used to use, but I love podcasts now. Podcasts are good because you're not engaging your mind too much by like watching a TV show where you have to like focus your eyes, but you're also relaxed enough and like distracted enough from your thoughts. I started listening to them after, again, Alex Chantomo. Dan and Alex on their vlogging channel talked about My Dad Wrote a Porno, which is the funniest podcast. It is what the name sounds like, but it's just like a comedy. Then I've got news, which basically news will like pop up in this bit. If I see a news article that seems kind of interesting, then I'm like, yeah, I'll click on that. Otherwise I don't like actively go on it that much. I've got 2 games. I'm so boring. I don't play games really on my phone. I've got 94%. I've got Temple Run 2. Most of you all know what Temple Run is. Then I've got this one called Plus Plus Plus. I don't really know why this is called that. Okay, this is a very random folder. It's just got wallet. I really didn't see what wallet did until I went on holiday last year. My Airbnb like bookings and like my flight bookings had gone through to wallet, so yeah. And then I've got Find iPhone, which I've never had to use actually. Next I've got my work folder, which honestly I never use any of these apps. Sometimes I use Pages like really randomly. I feel like I used to use this more when I was at school
as in like school. Not really much at uni. iBooks as well. I don't really like iBooks or ebooks, whatever. I prefer like physical books, so I don't really use that. iTunes U I've never used. I know Luke uses that app. So nerdy though. They have like lectures and stuff on there. That's what I think anyway. Next I've got my food folder, obviously one of my favourites. So obviously I'm gonna have Deliveroo. Uber Eats as well. I've tried that once. Prime Now I've also tried once. I mostly use Deliveroo, to be honest. Then I've got Yo-Yo Wallet. At like the student bars or student food shops or whatever, you can pay through Yo-Yo, and it just gives you like points for everything you buy, and then those points save up and you can get like free food or whatever. Next I've got my adulting folder. So I've got my online banking app with Santander. I've got my 3 app because that's my phone company, so I can just check my bills and my allowances. And then I've got PayPal. Finally, I've got my health folder, and the first app in here is Eve, which I just use to like track my period. There's also like a forum on there. It's just a really nice, friendly women's app. And then I've got the health app that comes with the iPhone, and I've got my water. It just like reminds you to drink water. Onto my final page, we've got FaceTime. I use FaceTime a lot more on my laptop actually, just because it's a bigger screen. I've got Studio. If you're a YouTuber, you can just kind of edit like the information in your video, like the description box, the title on the go. Also, you can like check your views and your subscribers and like your comments, likes, whatever. Safe Zone is for students again. You've got first aid, info desk, and emergency, and if you press any of those buttons, it gives you like 2 seconds and then it starts dialing, and it's really scary. And then I've got tips. So yeah, that's all that's on my iPhone. I hope you enjoyed that video and you enjoyed seeing what was on my iPhone. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Thanks for watching.